I just witnessed, in fact, we all just witnessed, more than half of the country get brainwashed in one day. What happened with Roseanne is a perfect example of how the left and their mainstream media hacks brainwash people into following their narrative. Roseanne Barr tweeted out, "When the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes have a baby, dash VJ." The VJ meaning Valerie Jarrett. Roseanne has since said that she had no idea that Valerie Jarrett was actually half black. In fact, if we are all to be honest, most of America did not know that this woman was half black. Which actually shows the state of America today. She just served 8 years underneath President Obama, and nobody cared what color she was. That's the state of America today, and we should be proud of that fact. But whether you like it or not, the joke, if you look at the pictures of Valerie Jarrett and compare them to the medical assistant chick in Planet of the Apes, they do look alike, and that's the joke. Again, whether you like the joke or not, there is a reason for the joke, and it had to do with the individual person, Valerie Jarrett, who's a public figure, major public figure. She does look like the character in the movies. Roseanne Barr did not come out anywhere near close to comparing the whole race of people to a movie character. But what the mainstream media did, and every single one of these so-called journalists, not one journalist looked into Roseanne Barr's side of the story. Every single one dropped the whole tweet and simply screamed as loud as they could, "Roseanne called Valerie Jarrett an ape, and that is racist." Oh, and by the way, yes, Valerie Jarrett is half black, because again, most of the country did not even know until this week that Valerie Jarrett was actually half black. But all day, they continually dropped the connection to the Muslim Brotherhood and the Planet of part of the quote. All day long, as much as they could, they used the word racist. It really must have been said at least 1,000 times on CNN alone in the last 48 hours. Let's go back to the facts. Before this week happened, hardly anyone in the country knew that Valerie Jarrett had any black blood in her. She just held a very senior position all throughout Obama's time in the White House, and nobody cared what color she was. Hardly anyone even ever thought about it. She was from Iran. That's what informed people knew. Roseanne did not know this lady was half black. So it could not have been racist. Unless the person hearing it or seeing it thinks anything that can be perceived as racist must be racist. To these people, the action doesn't matter. The action does not have to be racist. It just needs to be perceived as racist by anyone. And worse, just like the globalists always say with their socialist rules for takeover, don't let an opportunity go to waste. And they seized on this perceived racism and spun it to their narrative by removing the Muslim Brotherhood part and the Planet of part of the tweet and telling the world as fact as many times as they could throughout the day, this is racist. Using that word, racist, racist, racist. And by the afternoon, of course, they had connected it to Trump. Trump is racist. That's their agenda. That is their ultimate agenda. Not one journalist in this whole country looked at the whole story. And that is a shame on the complete mainstream media. Not one journalist looked into and reported on the other side of this story. The fact that Roseanne said she did not know Valerie Jarrett was even black, nor the fact that Valerie Jarrett does look like the character in the Planet of the Apes. None of that was reported from supposedly this unbiased media we have. They hit a grand slam. They really did. But I hope they may have miscalculated. Roseanne and her followers need to get the fact that Roseanne, like the rest of us, did not even know that this woman was half black, so it could not have been a racist statement. Because this one is so obvious when you break it apart, and it happens so quickly. It may actually backfire on them. I know, I always get optimistic about how smart people can be in America, and they seem to let me down time and time again. But hopefully, even the lowest IQ people can pick up on this obvious brainwashing attempt, and they should get pissed off that they were taken advantage of. And then hopefully look back through the past 2 years at the news and see how they do this every time. They spit out keywords. They have their opinions. They state them to the world and their followers as fact, and then repeat the keywords again and again and again. In this case, racist, racist, racist. That's what they do. Once you learn this trick, you recognize it in real time. And you actually see the news performing this on the people. And that's why it is so frustrating for red-pilled Americans to watch the news. Wake up. Wake up.